It's very fortunate for Vitality to get Anubis here, but it doesn't mean that Navi can't win. They are picking into their strength as well. So we can't overshadow the fact that this map doesn't get banned out. They're able to play it at the very minimum. But we would need an Alexi masterclass here and a lot of wonderful support, if you know what I'm saying, to be able to pull out a victory.
This trio between Wonderful, Ime, Bit, it's going to have to hit hard. And Wonderful will open up shop. Big scalp to get as ZywOo hits the dirt, and all that's here for the T side is this bit of long control. Nice grenade into the deep of the site, though. Dual Beretta's down with nothing. JL's trying to shave a second, but it's tight. You've got two defenders stuck behind this.
Oh, man,
and
the snap call.
Yeah, Apex follows through. Man advantage to the T.
Bursting the smoke like that, I think, completely caught him off guard. Like, they were thinking it's going to get respected. They're going to go back in default. It's a team that knows how to play an advantage and to chill when they're at a disadvantage. But, okay, Imma trying to come in here. Alexi, B, and him have to make up for the fact they lost this site. The search is on, and heads are being spotted.
Couple missed shots. You can see them a little squeezed. Oh! It's 3 instant headshots from Alexi and Ime. Just like that, you let them get close, and they're going to hit you hard.
Hey, that was a big call for them to come through the smoke, to come take over the site, but when they got into that post plant, they really didn't play it actively, and it seems like there should have been. So we might frame this as it would be a huge upset if Navi can win Anubis. But we can also frame this as Vitality have their work cut out for them to keep their Anubis streak alive.
Most certainly so. And I think that point Maui made just towards the end of the analysis where we're talking about the retakes from Vitality, right? Losing bomb sites when they're on defense isn't the end of the world. Well, Navi's coming out with one in the pistol to just show them they're not the only ones who can piece together these late rounds. And to do it off man disadvantage in the first, good. They tap into Alexi's fragging ability. You know, Wonderful has played 7 big events on LAN in his career. He has never had less than a 1.05 rating, and those were his oldest when he was just getting into it with Spirit. This is a player who has the biggest shoes to potentially fill. We'll see if he can do it under pressure. He's a one and done here towards the B site. It's a dark squeeze. Fire on the feet, but that won't stop them. Mezzi's burned out. ZywOo turns back around. And Mezzi actually dying, of course, on the approach. Just doesn't matter. There's no pressure until JL shows up. But, I mean, he catches Apex trying to cross back. We'll go 2v2 here. And we're going to need time because Bit was spotted so deep down the river that that's why he has to go all the way back through A. And that is such a long road. So long, in fact, that JL can't wait any longer. He goes for the peak before Bit arrives.
Was that the best place for Bit to come from? Should he have just tried to continue later? It's hard to say. He only had an MP9. He couldn't approach ZywOo, so ZywOo wins the round. As Vitality walking into the B site after losing the opening round, making it look just as easy as the pistol. That's really impressive. And that's worrying a little bit, obviously, if you're Navi. You kind of hope for a very simple exec on a...
And that's, of course, playing with simple. To do it now with Wonderful. Let's see what they've got in store. Obviously, winning pistol felt good. They've been reset with these last 3 rounds. Buying in with weapons could make a difference here for Navi, and they have to put up some kind of a defense on Anubis. You know, they love picking into it. Alexi's pregame interview fixating on the fact that they said that they just had so many reps here in Abu Dhabi. They feel good on Anubis, but this is a tough challenger in Vitality. Dark control could be a point of contention. We've got ZywOo just outside it. And man of the hour and Ime, as we all hold our breath to see what kind of play he puts forth tonight.
Oh man, they're giving up dark control. ZywOo with a raw duel. JL runs headfirst into it, but he wins. The thing is, there's 3 players on this side of the map. It's not the intention for Vitality to hit it, and there's still a fake brewing.
Wonderful with a chance at a highlight. Smoke's gonna fade. Easy pickup as Flamesy presents himself, and then the 2 others push past. That flick shot lands, so Mezzi's down to 20, but Apex takes it onto his own by going real deep.
Yeah, he gets into an interesting spot because they can't even push camera. They're scared if he comes back, and he is so deep, surely.
Nicely done.
Imma down.
That's half of his health, but worth it. Apex, 49 HP, immediately falls back, but now you're kind of stranded in the middle here, and the CTs do indeed have that long flank. It's a trident of a retake. 3 directions coming through from Navi, and Bit's the first. A little disjointed. That could have been a death, but still the T's hang on. That nade has Mezzi down, and so now Apex 1v3 attempt nearly. Almost doing everything on his own.
Yeah, he really tried. He did the perfect play of pushing back into spawn and cut off the camera rotation that they can play the highest level of Anubis possible. So let's strip it down completely to throw each other off guard. And it's mostly Vitality bringing that to NAVI, but now it's NAVI being ready for it. They're participating in the same games, coming out with these dry swings.
Whoa. You know, we praise Wonderful as somebody who doesn't always take the riskiest opening moves.
They keep him on a line. When he goes out for a pick in a tactic, he takes a risk for a second, but he always comes right back if he doesn't see anything. He's definitely a soldier in that sense. Follows the instructions perfectly. Rarely goes off the blueprint.
Yeah, I mean, they say he doesn't want to be compared to Simple, and that is one very contrasting element of play.
Definitely. He isn't the same player, and he's right about that. It's just that same sensitivity, replacing Simple on his team. Of course, it's just too many strange things about it. But, you know, and I think in the most honest sense, Simple is probably his favorite player, the Opera that he looked up to growing up. But in terms of how he plays CS, he has a different personality.
Oh, it's one that's currently posted on Fountain. Bit's in front of him. Flashbang finds its mark, and Bit hits the headshot. But it's the same layer from both sides. Opera behind the rifle. They exchange into the 4v4. And the B-site doesn't make a move off this. Alexi, in fact, just starts to come closer. The curiosity falls on JL. How does he want to play middle with space being given? All of a sudden, Vitality are very much announcing themselves with the util. And Zywoo finding a second. Emed, this time, in contrast, can't track Apex. But Wonderful gets in fast. And Alexi smoked off, needs that support. Wonderful switching into the AK as he looks to come out from dark. Apex has the cover.
They're watching it.
Oh! But Wonderful finds the headshot. And Flamesy, it's minimal cover. When that smoke comes up, then all of a sudden, Alexi is back in this mix. Flamesy and Spinks looking to combine, and they hold off one side. But Spinks is now known deep with the nade at his feet, down to 27. A single shot could take it. Wonderful wants to get on top of the bomb, and the tap, it elicits the peak. Ever so slightly, Spinks falls back. Time on his side. Vitality 6.
Oh, he won't blow a clutch, Willie. Nice try from Wonderful right there. Did everything to get out of dark and be the only player to maybe make that possible. If you compare that to Nuke, for example, if you're sitting inside of lobby, you can get crushed from ramp push, from hut push, from squeaky push. It's a lot scarier. On Anubis, when you're talking about holding on to B main, B long, way more easy on T side. Long ranges, really hard angles for the CTs, headshot angles you have to deal with when you swing.
Oh, it's such a headache. And the pistol push. Ooh, 2 of them.
Oh, there's a lot of T's found, but that's a couple of good guns. Are they ready to speed up is the question. Spinks sits back here with a bomb.
Now, a Molotov lands in front of them towards camera, so the AKs aren't able to come join Alexi, but that is majority towards the A site.
Dude, this is...
But they still have Emed.
Yeah, this is huge, though.
P250 on the pillar. He hears them coming on full alert, but Zywoo's Tech 9 ferocious. However, instantly, Bit comes swinging out from Temple, and he's not going to let this get any safer. Spinks is kind of scared here. He's running out of teammates. Mezzi's coming in from behind him. He can apply pressure. There's a safe plant in the corner. Sure enough, bomb goes down. Mezzi's spray gets away from him. Spinks onto the plant, dies out. This is USBs.
Oh, one between the eyes from Alexi. That's nice. A 10-second stick, but it's a USPs with a tactic to kick things off. Responding to pressure on bridge. That's a place where we haven't seen the T's play into that often. So
just how quickly they had their first struggles at IEM Sydney. And again, because of roster changes, we know this, but still, FaZe hit the ground running. FaZe lifted trophies faster than anybody else. But a challenger has stepped forth in the most recent months, and number 2 ranked in the world Vitality already has a chip against FaZe. It feels like all roads lead to FaZe versus Vitality as the last match of 2023. But again, they have to hold up their half of the bargain. So far, it's been fantastic. Guns for Navi now, but poor JL down to 23. And they're going to creep closer to that site.
We're going lots of utility here. Galil's and utility, name of the game. JL on the brink of death at the moment with the amount of health he has left over, but they've used a lot of HEs.
Don't die with those nades.
Spinks actually has one. Oh, if that's well timed from Spinks, he could win a kill without seeing anybody.
On window, minimal.
Gives it over.
Molly right now would be good, but nothing's going to hold back the long push. Big catches Mezzi, and they know there's a player in sight because of the grenades. Double kill, turn triple. Okay. Navi feels like a taste of their own medicine, just suddenly popping onto that bomb site.
I can't lie. I'm surprised that worked after such all the early damage that came in. And I think it was an expected push out of Vitality. They had good utility to stop that split, at least with one side, but they lose their first player in the site. And that second guy back default, that's the place where everyone stands. But when the site smoke comes out, which I think is going to evolve a little bit, or the way that the CTs play around it, because right now you're hopping out to jail and you're just spamming the back of default and you're getting 100 damage. It's too easy. You don't even have to see them anymore. You can see them in your mind's eye. But this is a really great sign, at least for the sake of the game. Navi on their map pick are able to finally win a T round.
Really
That
does
matters.
feel when that's smoked up, like you've just got to at least pull it back, right? Get into Temple, use the brick wall.
Yeah, just been a good end to the winter season for them. And even if Navi ended up losing today, it would still be a good end for them as well. I think a good positive note overall. But losing in drastic fashion would sort of take a little bit of the story away.
No doubt.
Definitely. In the eyes of many.
You know, it's one thing to be a team that can crack into top 4 and challenge. Look what Maus were able to do to FaZe earlier today. 24 round maps back to back.
Yeah.
This would just be like Navi defeating a flimsy for the Blast World Finals. And we've got FaZe waiting in the wings. Who is their challenger?
Three of the biggest brands in Counter-Strike waiting to go head-to-head. Anything's going to be good.
Anything. Lock and Horns, map 2. There's aggression coming from Vitality throughout that CT side that started to turn things back on their heads. No fear, in your face Counter-Strike to get the scoreline tied up. But Ema inside this A site. Let's see if he's got it in him. Oh!
Okay, are you going to look at him first?
Kind of nasty. Flamesy drops down from Valk. He's got a player right with him. Bit could take the place of Ema here. He's sectioning off these duels. The flash was fantastic. He's still somehow alive. What? But when ZywOo can see you, he'll kill you. It's a double off the P250. Plant for Vitality. Their winning ways won't stop.
Oh, they just had ice skates on. Hand over face, running through the site. Flashes were working out, actually, to blind them, but they still somehow got the kills just by burning through the ammo of the CTs. Obviously, that's nerve-wracking being in the middle of the site when they're exacting alone, but that's what happened after Flamesy hit that first shot. That was brilliant.
No free exits. A game of chicken here between Apex and Wonderful, and he just feeds him to Flames. It's Vitality in the lead for the first time.
It's not... he's not breaking apart the fabric of what is holding that together. The defaults look good. They're playing smart CS. And when it comes to positions like B-side on Inferno, to make that comeback, it demands of Flamesy to be a great B player, and he is.
ZywOo not going to be bogged down by the op here. Ooh, they're close. And he knows it. JL, you better be careful.
He's not ready for this, but he does have a teammate.
ZywOo easily clips. Boom!
Ema was throwing a nade. He wasn't covering that. JL had to reload.
Disjointedness in the CTs, and it leaves Vitality in a 5 versus 3 with eyes set on B.
And Alexi has to throw the smoke. That's 3 known on the B site. And they're willing to wait this out. Spinks up to his usual antics.
ZywOo just like a panther, sat behind that half wall, knowing he's going to pounce, but it all comes down to timing.
Ema should not have been throwing a grenade, you know, when JL is reloading in that spot. He has to be covering him.
Alexi's got to do something massive from this solo coffin hold, but the smoke's ahead of him. Even further utility as Alexi, his gut twists. As yet again, he has hit the brick wall that is top 4. Seemingly. Bomb down, no retake viable here. You better hope Wonderful and Bit can hang on to those guns. And it's one thing to come out swinging on map 2 after getting swamped back on Anubis, but for you to lose all of that momentum and post nothing in response, this to me has shades of versus Ents, where they almost threw that game too, right?
And they countered the B players, you know, in that first half. ZywOo and Flamesy were both players that started slowly, you know. And now they're both at top of the board here for Vitality.
You can only hold them back for so long. Ooh. Looking to keep all 3 of these guns could bode well. So far, so good.
At least there's that.
2.
No, the off. Oh my God.
Oh boy.
They'll have spammed that mag if you don't have a teammate behind him.
No
Absolutely not. So if you're not pressing the advantage of being behind him with a gun out, then you might as well just hide.
Look at the top of your screens. 10 rounds straight from Vitality. Looking absolutely world-class in the face of Navi's challenge. Looking to close this game on fire in convincing fashion to remind FaZe.
Oh, the nade missed. Or
the challenge looms. Alexi's solo B-hold already out of utility. But this pack of Vitality players looking to be ferocious. Do they draw CTs off A?
Oh, man, it's perfect timing to hit A. I mean, they do have this whole setup. Wonderful's aiming low here. Spinks baits the shot.
Yeah, but you've got Bit and Boiler. Back turn. JL takes one off the arch play, and then he comes back. I like that JL comes back in. Yes, just swinging with the MP9, and you know Wonderful still has sight.
And this is the dynamic duo of 2023, Spinks and ZywOo. The right hand that brought them Rio, the right hand that brought them Paris. Spinks is maybe the most improved player in his role this year. And alongside ZywOo have brought Vitality so much success.
And a struggling Wonderful in this semifinal. Inside of the pit to be the anchor. Frag goes in front of it just to soften him up. ZywOo's going to charge through. Down he goes at the hands of Ime. And Spinks, that's 2 CTs, positions known. Wonderful nearly dies to the molly and a shot just off the mark. No plan, no chance. Wonderful.
A little bit in that fight.
It's a love-hate relationship with comebacks for NAVI in Abu Dhabi this week. This would be a glorious moment to put forth another. And Wonderful's missed shot, suddenly pressure on the B site. They do fall back, they do stay both alive. But it's a lot of posturing from Vitality, and it gets the grenade response.
Yeah, you could see it sort of depleting their utility and immediately a re-aggression. This is such a good move, I think, from the CT side.
Spinks is looking.
There it is.
Nice nade. The Grenadier strikes him down again. Alexi's frags are homing missiles, and that opens up the possibility of him to leave. He may want to. Pressure and smokes and flashes towards A. Ime at least sees brackets clear, but that could be false confidence. There's 2 sliding up ever closer towards Bit.
Yeah, they're slinking in.
You've also got JL anchoring in the site.
Enemies
He's going to climb
doorstep.
box. As he goes up, he's lost his support. It's inside of the smoke. The Bit now just has to try and stay alive. They open it, and that's him down. That's Vitality in with a chance at a 12th.
Oh,
man advantage for the T's in the post plant. Do you take the chance now?
Oh, it's a good question. I mean, with this timing.
With this as well.
Oh, it could get checked. It could get checked. Okay, but he still gets the kill. 3v3.
And then the next one's in the open.
Whoa.
And Ime's going to make the most of it. Man advantage disappears, but ZywOo's alive. He needs to get onto this bomb site. And the problem for ZywOo is the bomb is planted deep, but they may just lose track of him. Where the hell could he get off to? Ime over towards the pit, takes the peek, dies. 1 second to the defuse. ZywOo out of position, gives Navi another lifeline. 3 in a row to respond to that massive streak of 10. Better late than never.
Yeah, but Vitality, they had some offshore money. They've got a lot left over and another full strength buy. If Navi make this comeback, it'll be on full merit. They are going through every penny in the piggy bank at the moment.
The apartments control being put out from Navi so far on the CT side's been great. We saw Bit holding the back line from Boiler that one round. Doubled up towards Balcony again in this one. But they dismantle it right moments before the T's peak.
CT side is so... It's so fickle. Sometimes it gives you a lot. Sometimes it costs you the map.
Ime with a chance to shine here. He's going to get boosted up. Great positioning, just in time. Flash comes over. Ime's able to answer. Bit down beneath him. It's a kill apiece and a chance to fall back.
Yeah,
but the T's push. Spinks is in the pit. He's got them stranded on short. It's a beautiful response as the quick trade of Bit gets him back into the site and pushes all the pressure to Mezzi.
That was a key frag from Alexi. He took out ZywOo somewhere. Spinks nearly won that situation, but now they get comfortable into cold.
Bit secures his fallback. Mezzi's going to give himself the flash to work with, and now he knows. Bit just fired off a shot. It's a warning as to what's to come. Mezzi gets the first. Smokes keep them back. 25 health for Mezzi, and both CTs on top of each other with no vision to this site. If he secures 12th off this, then that carry back in Copenhagen means nothing. He hears it. One drops, he's aware, he's on presence and sharp as he peeks wide, he gets the goal! A taste of the full English! A 1v3 from Mezzi for map points!
Oh, you did
Out of Bit, those 2 bullets from the corner, then the drop off of the boost. Because they boost, it's high alert Mezzi on the corner. So Navi's comeback suddenly in jeopardy, but it's only 3 rounds. That's what they've got to tell themselves, and they still can't play scared. It was opening moves proactively that got them this close. But it really is in response to those rounds that Vitality have now just played just even 10, 15 seconds later. We saw it in Apartments last round.
Three kills to get him to 10. Wonderful is here without a smoke, I should say, to try to defend. They're playing aggressively. They need to try to make something happen on low util. They can prep with brackets control. If the T's don't want to take it, they can retake mid this way. Alexi's rotations have always been correct in terms of where the T's might want to go. But do they have the artillery to stop this? Do they have the weaponry?
Barely. They got a nade that could soften them up. It's good amounts of damage on the front runner. It's a desperate move here from Alexi, but through smoke, does he press? JL fires a couple shots. We've got Vitality in the bomb site, and JL's down with nothing.
Oh!
It's a 5v3 for Vitality with just enough time to plant.
Oh, it's just the reinforcements now. 3v5, retake into the B site. Can you do it, Navi?
Their hands are tied.
This is for your tournament.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and no other events this year to get any other taste of revenge. They need 5 frags on the approach, and the flash is great. It was 3 players blind, but it's only 1 kill out from Ema, and the pressure on CT's too much. Bit pinned in, and Vitality